Hello and welcome to my channel, Kelly Legends Media. I'd like to thank all the subscribers for their support. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. If you like the video, smash that like button. It's really important. It really helps the channel out. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a way to kind of like support the channel and not pay for the story, but kind of contribute towards the channel for telling the story. Let's look at it that way. Also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we drop a new video or whenever we go live. Make sure you put it on all. It's very important. Okay, so as you can tell by the thumbnail, this is about a bullet, basically. The story is about a bullet. And the bullet, I'm not going to say it chose not to work, but it didn't work, okay? And I strongly believe that it happened for a reason, and it wasn't meant to be, and that's why that bullet didn't work, because we found out later that there was nothing wrong with that bullet and it worked just fine. Okay. And I'll tell you how we found out. But first, let me tell you this little story. Okay. One day somebody comes to my house and picked me up. It was actually a family member, and it was somebody who actually sold me this nine. Okay. So he got in a conflict with somebody, and it escalated to like the highest level. Well, this same individual that this conflict was with had ripped off my girl, right, at the time. Kind of did it, not a la brava, but kind of like snake something off of was going to her that she paid for, that belonged to her, was all legal, and he came in and intercepted it from let's just say from FedEx or Amazon or wherever he intercepted it from. But that's not why I went with this guy to go and deal with this individual. The reason why I went is because I didn't want to trust him with my Nina. Number one. Number two, what the guy had did towards my girlfriend at the time. And number three, I just didn't care. I wasn't thinking right, you know. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was like, nah, fuck that, homie. Come on, let's just go. I'll go with you. And I jump in the car. We go. Sure enough, man, we're driving. We catch dudes slipping, big time. He's on his cell phone on the sidewalk, facing the property that he's standing in front of, right? So we slide up behind him. I got my hoodie up, everything. Put one in the chamber. And we just pretty much just rolled up on him. It was broad daylight. Rolled up on him. I'm not kidding you, man. When I put my hand out the window, probably if I would have leaned far enough out the window, I could have just hit him in the head with it, right? That's how close he was. I just put my hand out and aimed it right to the center of the back of his head and pulled the trigger without even thinking of the possible consequences of that second that trigger hit, that hammer hit. there was a clicking sound, and dude heard it, and he turned around and he looked, and I was pulling my hand back in the window, and he seen. By the time I popped another one in the chamber and got my hand out the window, I'm not kidding you, man, this dude had like superhuman power. He hopped over well, this is not a very high fence. I'd say it was about, let's say, 4 feet chain link fence. He just hopped right over that puppy, man. Took off with me capping at this fool, right? Now, before I was able to do that, when he heard the click and turned around, I had to put my hand back in and eject that one out and put a new one in, you know, to get busy, right? So he heard all that noise, you know, fuck, god damn it, you know what I mean? All that shit was in his mind. That fool just like a bunny. He went over the 4-foot one, then he went over like about a 6.5 foot wrought iron one while under fire. At the time, I wasn't concerned. I had a hoodie on, and as we drove off, there's an elderly couple at the corner, right? And I'm looking downward, but I'm peeking out through my hoodie, and they're just like, just looking at us, you know, looking at the car. They seen the car, everything, right? Thankfully, that bullet didn't work, because number one, that individual would have most definitely lost their life or became damaged, brain damage. Number two, we most definitely would have got caught, you know, with those two people standing there in the corner, unless I did something to them, which I wasn't. That was the furthest thing from my mind, you know. But what was happening was things were getting more and more serious as the moment went on, right? So, make it back to my pad. I get that one bullet that didn't fire, and I look at it, and it actually has a hole where the pin hit. It has an indentation. So it wasn't the arm. It wasn't Nina, because Nina did her job. It was the bullet that didn't go. I hung on to that bullet, and I know because I know beyond a shadow of doubt nothing happened to dude. You know, dude got some scrapes, scratches, and whatever else, but nothing happened to him. He was fine. Thank God for me and him that bullet didn't work, or else I'd be in there right now, and I'd have already served, you know, a little chunk of years, you know, of my life in there, and probably be looking at spending the rest of my life in there. Thank God that little thing didn't work, you know. And I remember when New Year's came, we were out in the back, and we were, you know, it's New Year's. What do people do on New Year's? They light fireworks, they shoot off rifles, guns, everything. It's a big old tradition, right? So I didn't say anything, but I went and I got that bullet, and I put it at the top of the clip, and it worked just fine when we were letting off into the air, you know. there was nothing wrong with it. What stopped it from working that day was short of a miracle, if not a miracle. Like I said, I would have been in prison, most certainly. Dude would have been unalived, without a doubt. And it would have just been all bad, you know? And I remember when I did that shot into the air on New Year's, man, it gave me a feeling. Like, it actually like electrocuted me, that it went off, you know? And then I thought about all the ramifications of my action that day on just how serious it could have been, you know? We do things sometimes without realizing, without thinking, just because of the state of mind that we're on, that we're in. You know, at some point in my life, obviously, I realized, hey, man, it's time for me to change the tapes and think differently, you know? I'm glad I didn't lose my freedom and nobody lost their life before I realized that. And I came to my senses and I'm able to speak about it now. Things can get very serious very fast. Let the youngsters in your family know, your little nephews, if you see them thinking of doing the wrong thing, maybe you might want to tell them this little story, you know, because I wouldn't be on YouTube sharing this today if that thing would have worked. Somehow there was it had to have been some type of intervention by a higher power for what took place that day. And I'm so glad it did, you know, or who knows where I'd be today, right now, you know. And right now, I'm going to go and get me some consomme with some birria, with some tortillas, because it's cold out here. I'm going to go home and sit on my big old comfortable sofa and watch my big ass TV and satisfy this hunger I got with something nice and hot. And enjoy myself. And I thank God I'm able to do that. And I have a very small young audience. Most of my audience have already passed certain points in their lives where they shouldn't even be thinking about doing things like this anymore. But there's a few of you, because I know by the graphs and charts that YouTube provides for us, that there are some younger people watching. And for you guys, man, be careful, man. I'm not playing when I say keep your head up, stay strong, stay free, do what you have to do to be out here for the people you love and care about, to be here for them and to able to help them and provide for them and help them provide for each other. Rather than us do something stupid like the story I just told and end up with a body and end up in prison where they have to use their little resources to take care of us and help us survive in there. Because the state doesn't give you enough food to be content and to be healthy. You're going to be hungry. You're going to be thin if that's all you're eating. A lot of times you're cold. You get into some stuff and then the ball starts rolling where your life really becomes stressful and active in a negative way. So the best place to be is out here, be free, enjoy all the nice things to see and do and eat. I keep mentioning food. Yeah, this fat boy, he likes to eat. Thanks for watching my video. I really appreciate each and every one of you. God bless your families. And God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you on the next video. Please, be careful. Be careful what you do, man. It just takes 5 minutes to throw your freedom away. A fit of anger, or going out to incite some type of revengeful actions, you know. Anyways, thank you for watching.